So I apologize for being one day late for my last comparison of the new Turtle Beach Stealth Pro wireless gaming headset compared to the Audeze Maxwell wireless gaming headset. But this one truly needed a little bit extra time. Plus, I've been testing them against this headset that's going to release next week here that's still under embargo, hence the reason for the cutoff screen. So make sure to subscribe and hit the bell for that one. And of course, you all know I am going to start with comfort because these bad boys are going to be resting on our head. On the Turtle Beach, we're getting right at 404 grams. Now, if we slap that microphone on there, we are going to get 416 grams. Let's get those off and let's go and get these big bad boys on here. The Maxwells, we are getting 496 grams. 494, 96, whatever, somewhere around there. Okay, let's go and slap the microphone on. 508 grams. And yes, there is no denying it. The Maxwells are significantly heavier than the Turtle Beaches. You feel them in the hand, you feel them in the head, you feel them in the box. The Maxwells are clearly heavier here. Now let's go and take a deeper look at the comfort on the headsets here, kicking it off with the ear pads. Let's go and get the measurements of the Turtle Beach, if you can catch it right there. And then as far as the width, and then the depth, very nice and deep over here on the Turtle Beach. Now let's go and look at the ear pads over here on the Maxwells. You can see the size right there. I mean, these are some big old ear pads right here. You can see there, a little more shallow in the front and a little bit deeper in the back because you do have that angle on these pads as you see right here, which is going to help out with that comfort and the sound. But what I want to show you is the density of these pads. Take a look at the Turtle Beach right here. As you see, I mean, they are just nice, soft, and plush. Yes, fully pleather, outside top, silk material on inside, but they're still going to retain that heat. And yes, your ears are going to get spicy in these. Same thing goes right along with the Maxwells here. Now these are pleather around, top, and inside. And yes, they do get a little bit more spicy in here because you don't got that breathable lining inside right there. So a little bit more spicy in here, but again, sweaty on both of them. Density over here on the Maxwells, very soft and plush as well. Now looking at the headband of both of these headsets, significantly different. You got that traditional style over here on the Turtle Beach, soft, plush, all the way around, fully pleather. And again, that is your adjustable point right there on the headband, kind of traditional. Over here on the Maxwells, you got this leather headband, kind of floating. You've seen it in like Steel Series, Logitech, stuff like that. Clips in right on here on the side, and that is your adjustment. If you look inside here, you got 3 points of adjustment. Now, I know this is more towards the build, but if you look at that adjustment point right here, look how loose that's already getting. Again, this is more in the build point, but I just want to let you know, like when you first get these and you clip them in there, it holds its position good, but then it gives way. So I don't know, eventually we might be going on to a different adjustment point. I had to show that to you. And as you've been seeing through the video so far, both of these headsets have plenty of flex points. Fully out, you got that full swivel over here, right? A little bit in. You got that standard adjustability again over here on the Turtle Beach. And then over here on the Maxwells, you got that full swivel as well. Your ear cups go in and out a little bit more, but I think both of them got plenty right there. Again, nice adjustability across both of them. But even with them both passing the comfort test here, me saying they're stinking cozy, I do feel the difference. And I gotta give the win of comfort to the Turtle Beach. Now let's go and talk about build here. And believe it or not, they're quite similar. Starting over here with the Turtle Beach, as you guys are familiar, you got your plastic ear cups, you got this little silver bracket around here, which is metal, and you got those little clips on the inside. So again, when you're setting your headset down, it's not gonna go on a little bracket, a little hinge outside here. They're hidden inside, which is again gonna help with that durability a long time. Again, you got all that movement right here, and it's nice and, I don't wanna say it's firm, it's not loose, but you got that real premium feel adjustability right there. Now, as far as your headband, metal reinforced, but you do go into plastic up here. As I stated in my standalone video, whenever you stretch it out here, you can see a little bit of give of the headband up there. Is that deal breaking? Is that going to get worse over time? I don't know. As of right now, I'm using this headset extensively. That's how it's been out of the box. Again, I just think that's separating there from the stretching. Whenever it goes back, it goes away. So I don't see that as a big deal. But again, very premium build over here on the Turtle Beach. Coming over to the Maxwell, same thing. Incredibly premium build, which you expect from Audeze. Now, you got your planar magnetic drivers in here, which are, again, helping out with that heavy weight. These are plastic, and then it goes into these metal hinges here, and then these metal arms, right? So our core point right over here, holding on these big old drivers, is nice, durable, thick metal. Going up here into metal, and then up into our metal reinforced headband. Now inside here, this is actually plastic, this little bit here, and then you got those screws going into that headband. But again, you got all those adjustability points. I don't see anything really worrying right there. Stretching it out like this when you put it on your head, nothing's giving, and that headband stops you from going any further. So that's a pretty cool little touch. But as I showed you earlier in the comfort department, my little leather headband right here is starting to give way. So again, I can see that if you're using these extensively, then you're gonna have to go down to this notch. Well, what about after that notch? What do you have to start drilling other notches right there? That I see being an issue down the road. But at the end of the day, I truly think both of these headsets are some of the most premium built headsets I have tested. So how about features and functions on both of these headsets? And let me tell you what, they are packing a lot. I am not gonna dive deep into this. Go check out the standalone reviews on both of them. If you want to deep dive in it, I'm just gonna briefly go over these here. And looking at the Turtle Beach, back right ear cup, you got your superhuman hearing, your power button, your Bluetooth button. Yes, Bluetooth is simultaneous, and you can use these as multi-functions. USB-C over here, you got your multi-function button, which you can program in the app. You got this wheel. Again, go check out my standalone video as far as all the controls you can do with this. Over here on the left ear cup, you can pop this off, and that is where your detachable microphone goes in right there. And it is flip up to mute, flip down to active, which we'll test here shortly. Now on the Turtle Beach, you got this little charging dock, and this is where you plug in your headset. This is your receiver. As you see, you got PC and Mac, which yes, this can be used on PlayStation as well. And the cool thing, this is where you're plugging it in, but they gave you this extra port over here. So if you want to charge another device, a controller or your headset or something, really cool. I love that. And again, you got those interchangeable batteries, which are 12 hours a piece. Bam, there's your other battery right underneath this little magnetic plate on the left ear cup. Now coming over here to the Maxwell, quite similar. You got this little dongle, USB-C, which it comes an adapter in the box. And over here you can see it's PlayStation and PC, because this is the PlayStation version. I haven't tested the Xbox version yet, but if it's like the Penrose, yes, it's gonna work across every platform. But again, I have not tested the Xbox version yet, so I can't speak on that with truth. Now looking at the headset over here, as you see, you got your volume, you got your mic volume, you got your 3.5 port, USB-C port, you got your headphone port, and then this is for noise cancellation as far as using a microphone, which we're gonna test. Power button, and then your microphone mute button. Now back to these wheels back here, these can be used as multi-function as well. Clicking it down to get into your side tone and adjusting that, and then clicking it down again and getting over here to your EQ settings. So really cool to have those multi-functions within these as well. And now let's go ahead and get this microphone comparison of both of these headsets. And while I'm doing this microphone comparison, I want to show you a couple things first, but then I want to dive into the apps and just kind of show you a couple controls. It's really cool across both of these headsets, but you all know that the Turtle Beach one is phenomenal. Anyways, as far as using the microphone on the Turtle Beach, this is what you're hearing here right now, and you see you got that green right around there with your batteries charged. And the cool thing, now you can hold the superhuman hearing button down for, I believe it's 2 or 3 seconds, and it will mute the microphone, but you can also flip it up, and I want to show you this, so I'm going to flip it up right now. So what I wanted to show you is that red ring around it, which I love. By the way, whenever I'm flipping up, you get a little tactile step. You actually get two. It's like click, click, bam, you know it's muted. You get a tone in the headset as well, which you can control in the app, and then that turns red. I love it. I love it. It's like some headsets were like, man, I wish I had that red notification right here. Or man, I wish I had a tactile step. Or man, I wish I had a tone. Well, Turtle Beach just gave you them all. You know what I mean? And I love it because you know your microphone is muted. So anyways, like I said, I want to show you the app briefly while you're hearing the microphone. And again, this is still the plugged up microphone. And looking at the Turtle Beach app, these are some things you can adjust right in here. As far as EQ presets, you can go to advanced and set advanced presets. You got all this stuff right here, superhuman hearing, and you can adjust the amount of it. The noise cancellation, you can go in here and actually adjust the amount of noise cancellation. Okay, that sounds weird now that I just activated it. Anyways, coming over here, you got microphone adjustment, your sensitivity. You can crank up your volume, crank it down, and this can be while in game. Everything I'm showing you in this app can be adjusted in game right from your phone, saves to the headset. Okay, keep that in mind. You got your noise gate, mic monitoring volume, which again you can activate, deactivate this on the headset if you want, and then EQs as far as your microphone. I'm using signature sounds. You go in here and create a custom EQ for your microphone. All right, custom EQ for sound, custom EQ for the microphone. Hold on a second, I'm not done. Slide over here, Bluetooth, right? You got preset EQs, advanced, a custom EQ for Bluetooth. So that's right, you're hearing it right. Custom EQ for your sound, your core sound, custom EQ for your microphone, custom EQ for your Bluetooth. All of them have their separate. How stinking awesome. Over here, I love this. Being able to adjust the headset to what you want. The wheel that I showed you earlier, you can set it to any of these custom options right there. And then the button to those custom options. Again, and then again, as far as the prompts and the tones right down here. So you can truly make this headset what you want as far as any different feature within it. And that's not it. You can also use the headset without this microphone. Now what you got to do is you're going to pull it out, and then I'm going to have to hold this button down to activate it. So give me a second. All right, so now you guys should be able to hear me. So once you pull that microphone out, it doesn't go directly to those. You hold this button back in the superhuman hearing down for 2 seconds, and it goes to that microphone, and that's what you're hearing now. Now, I bet you can go in here and actually on the app and just click the button and be a little bit easier. But again, just want to let you know it doesn't automatically sync to those. At least I haven't found out a way yet. But really cool that you don't have to use it with this, because I don't use my detachable mics or my headset microphones much. I use my Elgato Wave microphone. So it's really cool not to have this thing right there, but the simplicity of using it, I tend to leave it right there and use this microphone a lot more than I tend to use other gaming headsets and microphones. So all in all, this is the Turtle Beach Stealth Pro microphone and features and functions within the app. And now you're hearing the microphone from the Audeze Maxwell wireless gaming headset. And this also has the built-in microphones and then your detachable microphone with this included windscreen. By the way, what I didn't mention in my standalone video, these little pack of like 10 windscreens, wind filters, pop filters, whatever you want to call them, are really awesome, and I highly recommend you pick these up. Not a sponsored plug or anything, just something I recently found and I started using across other headsets and microphones, and it's just, gosh, it's stinking awesome. It's like $10, so it's like a buck a filter. Really cool. Anyways, this is the microphone you hear, the Maxwell's right here. Again, we're just plugged and played on all of these, not tweaking anything at all. But I want to pull you to the app on the Maxwell's because you can do a lot on this. A little more simplified than the Turtle Beach, but you can still do a lot on it. So here is the Audeze Maxwell app. This is the main page here. And you can do everything you need. As you see over here, you got your game to chat. You got your side tone, which you can simply press like that and then adjust the amount of side tone here. Bam, if we pull it down, you hear about nothing when we come up here. And when you come up here, you're starting to hear it a little bit. Kind of right here is where you start hearing yourself a lot. When you go up to high, you're hollering in your ears. You really are hollering in your ear. Now one thing I wanted to show you is not necessarily the side tone I'm talking about, but did you see that volume start, flashing on and off every time I adjust it right here? Bam, you'll see it come up. Right, goes off, bam, right over there. It's always like that. And then to adjust it, it's just, again, it's kind of weird how it just goes in the background. Now you see, now I can't control it. And it's just like that in the PC. I have to switch over to whatever. It's just, I don't know, it's finicky. Like, come on, like, why is it doing this? But anyways, as you can see, you can adjust your volume sometimes if it's right, and then your chat mixing your side tone. Coming over here, you can dabble with some EQs, and it takes quite a bit to load. As you see right here, it's probably going to ask me to play audio and stuff, and then you can go down here to treble boost and your presets, and you get to tones, and they actually tell you like competition. It just said it in the headset right there. You got some of your presets down here, which you can adjust your own, and this is what I want to show you right here. If I try to slide it, it says please play audio, so you need something constantly playing to adjust it. I like adjusting my EQs on the fly like that. This is kind of a pain, that. Again, that's kind of how the whole app is like that, real finicky. Coming over here to settings, you got your auto shut off, and it's going to try to load again. Your voice prompts, which you can adjust the volume of, again, when it tells you, like with those EQs right there. So as you're seeing, the Audeze Maxwell app, it does what you need, right? It's simplified, does what you need. It's finicky. I think they need to update it, make it a little more seamless, a little more user-friendly, a little more smooth. Right now, it's a pain that I tend not to use it because it's kind of like, okay, well, it wants me to do this. Well, I'm in game and it's saying I'm not playing audio, so I can't tweak an EQ on the fly. It's a pain, and no fluff, no joke. The Turtle Beach one dominates it. It puts this to shame. The Turtle Beach one is seamless, simple, and again, it does tons more than you would ever need, which is really stinking nice. Now, the Maxwells also have this, what do they call it? Noise suppression, whatever, isolating for the microphone. This button up front. I'm going to press it right now. So again, you've been hearing it kind of at its core, regular. Noise suppression low, as it just stated. And one thing, even if you watch my main review, I'm talking a little bit lower now. Whenever you press that, what it does is like takes more pickup. It's making me sound louder right here. So is it suppressing the noise or just receiving more? You know what I mean? Noise suppression is now on high, and just looking at my graph, it's picking up even more, right? Like it's peaking. It's peaking, and I personally didn't like the sound of that.
So let's go on, and noise suppression is now off and we're back to normal. Just looking at my graph, it's like, wow. And even in my standalone review, it's like, gosh, it sounded horrible. Where it does come into play a little bit is I'm going to go ahead and take off this mic now. So we are now off of the Maxwell mic, and as you saw, it flowed right over to the built-in mics, which that I love, the simplicity of that right to it. And again, kind of looking like this, it looks like a really core quality pair of headphones, not a gamer headset. But this is where that noise suppression will come into play a little bit more. Let me go and click it and put it on the low. Noise suppression is now on low. So again, when you're talking forward, you got the built-in mics, you kind of got that earbud sound, which is never great, right? Like kind of like a phone call. So maybe this will be more beneficial here. I can still see it's picking up a whole lot more. Let's go and put it on. Noise suppression is now on high and it's picking up even more. So again, guys, it's not a feature that I really care for. Does it work, the noise suppression? It does work, but again, it just cranks up and picks up more of the microphone, which now back to off. It just makes it sound like a fake sound, and I don't like it. I like the regular microphone plugged up on the Maxwells. But all in all, there we go. There is the microphone test from the Turtle Beach to the Maxwells, and taking a look at the apps as well.
All right, so there we go. The microphone test of both of these headsets, and I just listened to it back before I transfer it and throw it up into the editing timeline and stuff. And by the way, talking about editing, I don't tweak my mic test, right? My room, as y'all know, doesn't have much sound dampening. Heck, if any at all, you know what I mean? So it's a real core environment of average user, average gamer type of setup. I don't got this crazy setup studio. So that's what I wanted to deliver to you, is that plugged and played core mic test. No tweaking, no morphing, no editing, no nothing. Plugged and play, that's what you got. And in my honest opinion, both of these wireless gaming headsets, their microphones are fantastic. I think they both sound great. Again, we're talking core sound here, guys, and it sounds that good already. Now, when I took the microphones off both of them, the built-in mics, no, they don't sound that great. It sounds like earbuds. You get a little more echo from the room and everything, but that's a side feature. That's not that core microphone, that microphone a lot of us are going to be using. Me personally, I like it because I don't got the big old microphone, you know what I mean? But it's cool because neither of these look like crazy gamer headsets. So if you're wearing them out, I got this big old microphone in front of your mouth or whatever. You got that little, again, side feature microphone. And I think it's really cool that that's implemented in both of them. One other thing I want to talk about as far as that mic test and features and functions before we dive into sound is the side tone on both of these headsets. You heard me talk about the Maxwells when I was doing that microphone test when I clicked it on right there. Sounds like I'm yelling in my ears when it's maxed out. Now you can keep it maxed out. Now you can probably pull it down a little bit right there. But it kind of had that, I don't want to say walkie-talkie because that's a little bit bad. Intercom, maybe another microphone in my ears from me talking. That's kind of what it sounded like on the Maxwell. So if side tone's important and you need it smack dab in your face, you got that over here. Now on the Turtle Beaches, you can adjust it as well. By the way, you can program it to the button and then your volume of the side tone. Go check out the standalone review and you'll see me talk more into detail about that. But again, you can adjust all that volume on it. But the side tone on the Turtle Beach was definitely more true, more natural. It almost sounds like, again, you had to get past 50% to truly hear yourself, just like over on the Maxwells, but it sounded like you were part of the game, right? The dialogue sounded seamless flow with it. Over here on the Maxwells, it sounded more like a microphone or an intercom as far as that side tone. And as you saw with the apps, as I stated, yes, the Turtle Beach one dominates the Maxwell one by an absolute long shot. But again, as far as mic test to mic test, I think they both get a pass. Okay, so let's go on and get into the core sound difference of both of these wireless gaming headsets. On the Turtle Beach Stealth Pros, we're packing 50mm drivers with a frequency range of 10 to 22,000. Over here on the Audeze, 90mm planar magnetic drivers, if any of you are familiar with Audeze, Penrose, anything, so on and so forth. Anyways, a frequency range of 10 to 50,000. Now, at the end of the day, those are just numbers, and numbers are numbers. They don't really mean anything. Y'all know I'm not a numbers person or anything like that. I'm of that core experience, right? And that is, at the core, the difference right here is planar magnetic to your standard type of driver that's kind of beaten out like this, right? That's where this core sound is going to come from. And I want to talk about that core sound, okay? Turtle Beach over here. In my review, I stated it's fun, it's exciting, it's immersive, it's detailed. It delivers everything you want. In the app, you can pull out built-in EQs by a flick of the button. You can also do all this, I keep saying app, but you can do all this on the PC as well in the computer, and it saves to the headset, by the way. Dive in there and dabble with your custom EQ. Go check out mine because it really pulls this headset out to something else right there. But you can get your highs. You can get your bass. It's not rumbly bass, but it is a nice immersive bass. It's not a staticky bass. You know, it's that nice, true core bass you have right here. And again, it's a fun headset. It's exciting. It's immersive. You can get your detail if you're playing any kind of game, right? Fortnite, Call of Duty, Warzone, anything like that. That's where I think something like this is really going to shine. Warzone, for example, like with Call of Duty, you get the reloads, you get the footsteps. But me personally, like when I play Warzone, I don't want it to sound like this tin box, which is, by the way, what Superhuman's hearing sounds like. I'm not that fan. I'm not a fan of 7.1 or anything like that, you know. But that core sound is like, you're gonna get that detail. You're gonna get that competitive aspect, but you're still gonna feel like you're in that environment. You're still gonna get that immersion, like you're on the battlefield. And that's what gaming is, guys. Gaming's like, we're all wrapped up into this competitive FPS. Let me get my footsteps and yada yada yada. You know what I mean? But whatever happened to the fun of gaming? Whatever happened to gaming taking you away from everything that's so serious and just wrapping you up into this environment and you're becoming that character? Guys, I'm nerding out here. Anyways, hopefully you can catch my vibe. That's what you got with the Turtle Beach right here. And you can really dabble with it all the way around and get everything out of there. And it's just, again, I said it 3 times now. It's fun. It's exciting. It's immersive. I'm getting nerd chills here. The sound on this is awesome. And you can really pull it out to what you want. Okay. Let's go on over here to the Maxwells, right? I'm praising these, right? How does the Maxwell sound with these planar magnetic drivers? Whew, are they sharp? They are crispy. They sound so good, so detailed. It's hard for me to, if I was blindfolded, I wouldn't say this is a gaming headset, right? That's because these are geared more towards crispy detail and again, that kind of natural headphone type of sound. Right? You catching my vibe right here? Do you get that immersion with these? You do, but it's not like this full pull you in immersion, right? This is definitely a crispy, again, this is like a pair of headphones. That's what you got right here. And it sounds dang good. It really, really sounds good. And that's the best way to put it. Like, you're still getting bass in this, but it's that hit of bass. It's that planar magnetic bass. It's not that bass that's going to kind of pull you in. It's going to be there, and it's done. It's crispy. It's clean, right along with your highs. You know what I mean? It's an awesome sound. It really is, guys. You know, so I know you're getting mixed up here. I'm kind of like, I'm praising this over here. I'm praising this, but giving this. The best way for me to put this, right? The easiest way for me to put this is if you play strictly FPS and you're geared towards that competitive edge, okay? And again, it's going to sound like I'm backtracking on what I said about the Turtle Beach, but I would point you in the direction of the Maxwells if that's what you're shooting for. You want that just straight, constant, crispy highs, and that's your primary sound right there, where you're still going to have a lot of fun with these. You really are. You're going to pull in that environment too, but I would honestly tell you, you go with the Maxwells. Even though you can get that over here, I feel like this is a little bit more in your face, again, with those highs. Even if you dabble with an EQ, but you don't need to with the Maxwells because out of the box, it's just wow. You know what I mean? That's exactly where I would put it. This is geared primarily towards that core headphone type of experience. This is that fun, exciting, immersive gamer experience. Both of them sound good in their own way, but that's how I personally would differentiate the two. So as far as sound on both of these headsets, no fluff. They sound amazing. Hopefully I was able to, I like breaking my sound apart in like user experience as gaming, you know, a fan of sound rather than numbers and stuff like that. So hopefully that was able to help you out. You can really relate with me and again, connect with me right there. If you want to talk a little bit more sound, ask down in the comments. And again, I'll try to jive with you. Maybe give you a few more comparisons or whatever, but hopefully that was able to break it apart fairly easy for you. Now, at the end of any comparison of any product, what can really make up your mind is that price point between one and the other. Now, unfortunately here, the Turtle Beaches are $330, and then the Maxwells are $330 for the Xbox and $300 for the PlayStation version. Again, I got the PlayStation version. So if you're looking one-to-one here, you're looking a $30 difference. But if you want that Xbox version, that's going to more than likely work on all platforms. I haven't tested it yet, but that's how Audeze's always been. You're looking $30 across the board right there. But at the end of the day, with this comparison, it's a really hard one. Like, no joke. These are two phenomenal, if not the best wireless gaming headsets out there. You know, the Novas are very close right there. These two pack an absolute punch. It's really, do you want these features and functions, that extra bit of comfort matter to you, you know what I mean? Or do you want that planar magnetic experience, which again, I've stated before, you have to try. It's phenomenal. It really is. Now, me having a butt ton of headphones and headsets, what would I pick? What would I use? I would go with the Turtle Beach. The Stealth Pro, if I needed that one wireless gaming headset on my desk, I would go with these. But again, I have my Audeze LCD2s, my $1,000 headphones hanging up on the wall, which I use with an amp. So I have my planar magnetic experience. So it's hard for someone like me to truly break them apart. You, as the user, need to break them apart. Maybe look at your inventory. What else do you have on your desk? You can decide. But I truly think if you needed that one and done headset, wireless headset, multiple platform versatility, usability, I gotta say the Turtle Beach Stealth Pros are gonna take the win here. So no joke, no fluff, no shenanigans here. Both of these headsets are absolutely phenomenal. They really are. I wanna know which ones you all picked. And let me know down in the comments why. Why did you pick one or the other? Because again, other viewers that come along, yeah, they're gonna watch the video, but they wanna hear your guys' feedback as well down in the comments. So let's go on and spark up that productive and constructive conversation down below, not just a bunch of hate and trash talk. I want to really hear this conversation because these are two phenomenal wireless gaming headsets and tough picks. They really are. So with that, I hope I was able to help you out one way or another, and I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, hit that thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe because again, we got a pretty good headset coming next week as well. Hope I catch you there. Bye now.